Very sensitive video. There's a lot of swearing in it. So the only thing that you will hear are the gunshots. We just want to warn our viewers about what they're about to see. We'll play the video now.
Did we kill audio? Good. That's on purpose.
Because there's all kinds of swearing.
Right. All right, sound down. There we go.
All right.
All right.
And I mean, I can just talk a little bit about what you hear, since we had to block out some of that video. So what you just saw, I think this video will probably play once again, and I can kind of walk you through it. This is the part of the video where you see the aftermath. It appears that red vehicle that was shot at then rams or crashes into a car. So right now the officer is telling the person in that red vehicle to get out. There's lots of people yelling. That car then backs up and then drives past those officers. You heard those shots there, and it appears that person was struck in the head. Then that car loses control, crashes into that white car that you see there.
And what's important to point out here is that what Secretary Noem just called domestic terrorism is what she describes this event. And what you see on this eyewitness video, it's unclear motive-wise what's happening, but you can see the car turning slightly away from the three agents that are there, not towards them. I'm not trying to tell you what the person was thinking behind the wheel. I'm telling you what we see in the video.
Right.
The person
that car
is trying to flee as an officer is trying to get into the vehicle.
Right, and that's another important point, is that there is an officer that's actively trying to get into that vehicle. Then you see that they are asking the person to get out of the car, get out of the car.
The Honda Pilot's the one in question right there.
Exactly. Then they back up.
And go to the right.
You hear those shots as they pass by that officer. You can also, if you take a closer look, you can see that officer with that gun put his gun or her gun away, and then that vehicle loses control, it seems like. And it seems to accelerate at the back half of the video after those shots are fired.
And thank you for showing it, and we appreciate you diligently combing through it, getting the audio right so that we can actually air it on public airwaves here. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. We also have
the man that actually shared this video initially on social media, Max Nesterak, who is a reporter with the Minnesota Reformer, is the first one to post that video on social media. He was on the scene this morning, and we have him live with us now on the air. Max, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me on.
So, Max, can you set the scene a little bit? Can you tell us where you got this video, and if you had a conversation with the person who shot the video, what they had to say about it?
Yeah, so I was on my way to the scene to support my colleague, Maddie. And I got a call from the woman who took this video, Caitlin Callinson, who lives in the area. And she said, I have a video. It shows the shooter. Can I share it with you? And I said, yes, please do. So she sent it to me, and I had her walk me through what she saw. And she said she was out on a walk in her neighborhood when she saw an ICE vehicle stuck in the snow. More ICE vehicles arrived, and bystanders started to blow their whistles in protest. You know, we're seeing residents of Minneapolis on patrol watching for ICE activity, and so they sounded the alert in protest, which drew a bigger crowd. And that's when she said the driver of this Honda Pilot, the SUV, pulled up and parked perpendicular on Portland Avenue, blocking the ICE vehicles. And from there, that's where the video starts, and we see officers approaching the driver's side door, telling the person to get out, the person trying to, hitting the gas, beginning to leave, and then the shots fired. I asked her if she had armed, could she see a weapon, and she told me no. What she saw was the driver had her window down, but then rolled it up as she was trying to follow orders to leave. I also asked if she had seen a immigration enforcement action taking place. Did they arrest anybody? Was anybody detained? She said no, there didn't appear to be a target in this operation. There was just, neighborhood outrage at the presence of ICE vehicles, and that's what drew people onto the streets.
So the person you spoke with, the witness, said that the impetus of this entire situation was that an ICE vehicle was stuck in the snow?
That was my intention. That was my understanding, is that, this ICE vehicle stuck in the snow. There's other vehicles that come up to support. And I think that's what we heard from a federal official. And then these neighborhood residents began to sound whistles,
Right. Yeah, we've
drawing
heard that a
bigger
lot.
crowds.
And
Yeah.
Max, do you know if there was anybody else in the car? The mayor seemed to think, or the chief, that she was in the car alone at the time. Did your witness confirm that?
That's my understanding as well. I've not heard about another passenger. The other thing that Caitlin Callinson, the woman who took the video, told me is that there's just a lot of chaos afterwards, and of course you can see that from the video, but that ambulance and fire trucks struggled to get through because of the ICE vehicles in the road, so first responders had to walk around on foot to try to administer first aid. But given the close range of the shots, it was unclear what if anything, those first responders could do.
We did hear from the chief that she was shot in the head, and you can see those agents are right next to her car, so that would have been close range. The one other rumor that we're hearing is that there was a man who tried to approach the vehicle saying he was a doctor and asking if he could render aid, and that he was turned away. Did she have any insight on that?
No, but my colleague, Maddie McVan, talked to another witness who did say that there was a person who identified themselves as a physician, was hoping to get through to be a help, and was turned away.
The witness who shot this video, what did they say they heard at the time leading up to the shooting? Because context is incredibly important right here. How long was she there blocking Portland, which is a one-way street? And do you remember what the witness told you, what perhaps the agents were saying or yelling at the driver of that Honda Pilot just before she sped off?
It's unclear to me, like, how long the SUV was there. What Callinson said was she identified the driver as an ICE observer, believed was a protester, saying, get out of here. We don't want you in our neighborhood. And then, as we can see in the video, an officer comes up and says, get the F out of the car.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, you can hear that on the video.
So, Max, you were listening in on the press conference, and I ask you this because you've been on the ground. You did some phenomenal reporting during the George Floyd aftermath and those riots. And I'm just wondering, when you listen to that press conference, I personally have never heard any city or state officials speak quite the way the mayor did this morning. Anything that sticks out to you?
Yeah, I mean, it is just striking to me, and probably everybody who lives in the Twin Cities, to feel a sense of deja vu back to 2020 when we see this video of someone getting killed and just trying to find out what happened and wondering what's going to happen next. Are there going to be certainly there are protests ongoing now. I expect they're going to grow. So, trying to continue to watch for that and see what unfolds. I also saw that Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty issued a statement saying she's calling for a local investigation. So there's that other piece there of how is local law enforcement going to interact with the feds here.
Yeah, we have the same questions, Max, and I'm sure that's where your reporting is going to go. We have Tom Heffelfinger, who's a former U.S. attorney, who's going to be on the phone here momentarily, to try and give us some direction, as we're all wondering. Okay, you have a case potentially against a federal agent, and now you have federal agencies that are investigating. We understand from the chief that the BCA is also going to be investigating. So what happens next in the legal recourse of this, and in the investigation, what happens next? So hopefully get some of those answers, Max.
And Max, I know because we have been through this before, and I'm sure that a lot of people watching and listening at home right now have that same feeling of uncertainty and even maybe a little doom in their stomachs, because we have been through this before. We've been the center of the storm. And so far, the protesters that have gathered have remained relatively peaceful. We certainly hope that that continues. I just appreciate you so much, Max. Thanks. You added a lot to our coverage during George Floyd, and we appreciate your insight and your willingness to share it with us this morning here.
I'll second that, Max. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you for keeping us all informed.
Yeah, you bet. All right.